Before I begin, if you wouldn't mind doing me the honor of smashing the living crap out of that subscribe button and the notification bell so that more of me show up in your feed, I would really appreciate it. And I would doubly, nay, triply appreciate a look over at patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies. That's where the upper class goes to really taste the finer things in life that I have to offer, such as exclusive movie reviews every month, vlogs depending on your level of support, and you can even get a shout out like several do at the end of all my future videos. Those are the kings, the real creme de la creme. Hey, there we are. Welcome to Adam Does Movies Live. Another Tuesday, another chill hangout sesh. Of course, short for session. I'm a little late, a couple minutes. I just got done working out at the YMCA down the road. I usually work out in the morning. The whole spring ahead nonsense that we continue to do is absolutely ridiculous. It throws me off of my game. I got up late. I stayed up super late watching the finale of season 1 of, I forgot the name of the show. Not Succession. The show that's on Apple Plus. Someone will tell me in the comments, because that's what we're doing today. We're just hanging out, talking. Ben Wyatt is in it. Adam Scott. Let's get the readers out, see what people have to say. Of course, Super Chat's always the name of the game. I appreciate when those come in. They get priority when we have our little conversations, because as much as I love talking with you, I really love talking with the people that can spare some change for an old man tap dancing on the side of the road. Severance is the show. Bubba, thank you. Oh, also thank you to Alex for Severance. Ty Sabin asks, how was Severance? I'm going to tell you, Severance starts out very solid, very strong for, I would say, 3 or 4 episodes. Keeps my interest. I love everything to do with the Office stuff. Everything off Office, not so great. Mid-season, and I noticed Ben Stiller stopped directing around the middle when it was less interesting. Kind of lulls, kind of slows down, but then, oh man, the last couple episodes are back. We're firing on all cylinders, and I am very pumped for season 2. Very excited. And I know it's out, so I'm excited to watch that. But yeah, we were up stupidly, I suppose you could say, early today watching it. Here we go. Yeah, you should watch it. Minidar, congrats on 100,000. I found you when you made it to when you made the epic trap vids. Well, I'm not at 100,000 yet. I appreciate the pre 100,000. God, that's a lot to say out loud. The 100K. We're getting close. I'm still a good 300 away. I'm a good 300 away. I'm like 200, and I don't know what the actual number is. It might be a little over 300 actually. The Chinese came out. Okay, they came out strong for me in the final days here, and I appreciate it. I reviewed Naja 2. I drove 3 hours one way to North Carolina, since it wasn't playing in all of South Carolina. I almost drove to Florida, but then I found out it was playing in NC. In Charlotte, and then I drove 3 hours back for a total of 6 hours, and it was definitely worth it, because I'm seeing the China bump. I'm hoping that carries on, that wave carries me to the 100,000 mark. It happened with the Brazilian bump for I'm Still Here. It happened with the Emilia Perez hate bump. So these little factions, hopefully we can get there with them. Let's see. But yes, we're close, super close. Alex says, agree completely. Lulls in the middle, a couple episodes, but great beginning and end. Yeah, that's okay. It's good to know season 2 is about the same. Ben Stiller is a really talented writer and director. I agree. He's fantastic. Has your excitement level changed for the Ryan Coogler film Sinner since trailer 2 came out? No, I think it looks really cool. Maybe I haven't seen trailer 2. I'm in. I think it looks really good. Nathaniel says, Adam, I appreciate these Tuesday live streams. I appreciate you watching them. I enjoy them. You know what? These might have to stay on because this back and forth is actually really fucking with my eyes. Got to cash in on the Indian market as well, bruv. Well, I did get the Indian market bump last year with Kelki 2049 or something it was called. Awesome movie. I'm excited for the sequel. And RRR got me there, triple R, a couple years back. You know, I'm going where I see the energy is being put. And I have to give a shout out to Austin Burke. I like to spy on my fellow YouTubers as I know they do with me. And you want to see what's working on those channels. And he gets around the same amount of views I do, even though he has quite a bit more subs and won't come on my show when I ask him. So, screw him. But no, in all seriousness, I keep an eye on all of them. And I noticed when he reviewed Naja 2, his review from like 3 weeks ago has a massive amount more of views than his other ones. So I had to check in on this video and see what it was all about. Vicky's in the mix. Hey, can't wait for you to finish the Twilight Saga. That's the bump you need. Vicky, honestly, those videos aren't doing very well, as I predicted, but they're not doing terrible. And in fact, they are getting somehow new subscribers. I don't understand it. I don't know who in 2025 is searching out Twilight like shit post videos, but apparently a good 20 or so new subs are every time I post one. So it's not all bad. And yeah, I appreciate the journey with you. Brian Davis in the mix. Now you revive Twitch after you let it die. You keep me guessing, Adam. Well, it's not that I'm reviving it. I'm not really putting anything there, but StreamYard makes it easy to just stream to all these different, apps. So I thought, oh yeah, Twitch is a thing I have. I might as well stream there. Maybe I'll get an audience of 2 to show up and stop by. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt anything. Yes, I'm on Twitch. I'm on Rumble. I'm building an audience over on Rumble, so shout out if you're watching there, I suppose. Green Davis. I'm sorry, Gina Davis. Oh, yes, the real Gina Davis is here, of course. When are you giving us your movie? Well, Gina Davis, as easy as it was for me to write the script, it turns out it's incredibly hard to get a movie made from that point forward. I've had a couple contacts that, of course, flaked out. Andrew, who is a young guy. His father owns a production studio. He's stopped kind of returning my calls after he went on my show. I understand he's busy, so I don't want to completely throw him under the bus. But it's an industry where it seems like you do other people a solid, and it's not always the case where they reciprocate. But we'll see. Some of these contacts might still come back. It's just a busy world, and you have to really pester people and really be annoying. But yeah, if it doesn't work with the context that I've made, then the next step is to, I guess, just fucking do it myself. I'm moving back to Minnesota in the summer. The script can be made on a very light budget, or at least partially made, to get an idea out there, something visually for studio execs or whoever to like actually get a view of it before they have to read a script, which they just won't do. And then maybe something will happen. Yeah, I'm far from giving up. I didn't write it to not make it. Rob says hello. I say hello back. Daniel, hi Adam. What do you think about Mickey 17 in your infinite wisdom? Well, I reviewed it. I'm not sure why you're asking. The review's out on my channel. I thought it was good. I thought it suffered a lot in the third act. Pretty heavily suffered in the third act. But the first 2 were enough to carry it mainly positive for me. The fact that it's over 2 hours is not great. Mark Ruffalo's performance as a very over-the-top Trump-esque, Elon Musk-esque thing. I know some people didn't like that. I'm just sick of that whole. I'm sick of the whole politics, anyways. So it was a bummer that I had to once again see that crap. But he was funny enough. I just, yeah, it's tough to talk about some movies now. But it was funny. There was a comment that said on there, "Why didn't you mention how do you call yourself a critic?" And you didn't even mention the fact that Mark Ruffalo was clearly being a parody of Donald Trump and da-da-da-da-da. It's like, dude, yeah, it's obvious. I said his character was a dipshit, racist with a sycophantic cult. Maybe not in those words exactly, but you can take from that whatever you want. That's up to you. I don't play the political game here on my channel. That's separate for me. For me, I want to talk about movies and entertain and escape. It's escapism here, away from politics, because God damn, it eats up every facet of life now. It's a bummer. But yeah, that was Nikki 17. I thought was a fun, unique film that definitely had some issues. I saw this guy before, American Alias. I could swear you did an Awake review. Am I imagining things? I did not do an Awake review. I don't know why you think that. I've never even seen that film, Awake movie. Yeah, I don't know what this is. Hayden Christensen, Jessica Alba, Terrence Howard. I've never heard of this film in my life. You know what? I did a movie that, well, I don't know if it's even remotely similar, but I did a movie where I can't even say it because I forgot the name of it. And I can't say what it's about because that ruined, well, it's an older movie, but basically they were inside of a video game world and they didn't know it until the end. And it came out in the, I don't know, late 90s, early 2000s. Maybe that's the one you were thinking of that I reviewed. Jason Edwards says, started watching your videos a couple months ago. Big fan. I like when you say something awkward and then say subscribe. Yeah, that's the shtick. That's the shtick that I go with. Subscribe. Hot tub stream when you hit 100,000. No, I don't think I'm going to do that because, who really wants to see that? But I am going to do a celebratory, masturbatory type of video. I actually greased the wheels today and put out feelers on Patreon, patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies. And if you are supporting the channel, you can start right now for just $1 a month. You can leave a video. I give directions on the new post there. You can post it via YouTube it wouldn't be private. It would have to be a unlisted video. You can just shoot it to my email directly. You can post it to Google Drive and then send it to me. But yeah, if you are supporting me over on patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies, you can make like a 30-second video and I'll have it featured on my celebratory video when I do hit 100,000 subs, which hopefully will happen before I go on vacation on the 21st, which is in like a little over a week. It's going to be really awkward and kind of a bummer if I hit it right when I leave. So I'm hoping China pulls through and they keep the nausea review boosted for a few more days. And if you can help, tell anyone you know to subscribe to this channel. Get it going. Get it up there. God, it would suck if I was gone for it. And I have a few other fun ideas for that video. So it's going to be a good time. Did you hear they're remaking Cujo? Of course they are. They remake everything. There's nothing left to remake. Now we're doing Cujo? My God. The dog movie? You froze for a few seconds there, Adam. Of course. Yeah, the internet's great. You know what? One of the things I'm looking forward to most about moving back to Minnesota is having better internet. Here we go. We got a super chat. Finally, Rob starts out the ball strong. Shot out of a cannon with $10. Jack Quaid already has a hit film this year with Companion. His next movie, Novocaine, drops next week. Is this the year of Jack Quaid? And will he ever be as popular as, say, Ryan Reynolds? I thought you were going to say his father, Dennis Quaid. Or the guy that I always confuse, Randy Quaid, even though Dennis and Randy look nothing alike, but it's just the two Quaids always confuse me. I have to think about it for a second. And I think his mom is Meg Ryan, isn't it? Jack Quaid mother. Yeah, it's Meg Ryan. A double Nepo baby. I like Jack Quaid. He knows, he knows the game. He knows he's born into a life of privilege and he gets the opportunities that almost no one else does to become an actor. And he takes it with great humility and he has a fun time. So I appreciate it. I like Jack Quaid. Do I think he's going to be as popular as Ryan Reynolds or his parents? I don't know. I don't think so. I think his dad had a lot, well, at least from what I can tell, had a lot of range and he had a lot of charisma. I'm not sure Jack has that. He definitely has charisma, but not in the way that his dad did. He's kind of doing this one-man show right now, this one-man thing where he's the lovable simp for the cute girl. He did that in The Boys. He does that in Companion for a while. He does that in the new film Novocaine. He's always kind of the same dude. What in the world are you doing? My daughter right now is crawling on the ground in her pajamas, going into the storage closet to grab a spoon. What are you eating? Chocolate chip yogurt granola at 9:20 at night. This is what you do when you're a homeschool kid, I guess. Right after we worked out. It's perfect. It's perfect. Thank you, Rob, for the super chat. Don't forget the super chats, everyone. It's the name of the game. Sean says, so now that I know you're in the mob movies 31 for May, have you looked at the list? How many of them are first-time watches for you? I have grazed over the list. The issue is I'm probably going to have to rewatch just about all of them in order to really get a good understanding of, because it's been years since I've watched Casino, or the list is probably supposed to be secret, so I'm not going to say any more. Spoilers, Casino's on there. Let me look over it and I'll count them quick. What Sean is referring to is that in May, I'm going to be partaking in the 31 on 31, I think it's called. I don't really know much about it other than there's 31 movies in a specific genre, and this time it's mob films, mobster movies. And so I, Cody, and several other movie critics, I don't even know how it works. I think we all rank these 31 videos and we come out with a video on our channel and then we kick it off to the other person. And then afterwards we do a recap video sometime in June, which I will just be moving into my new home. And in fact, the day that this is supposed to go live, I will be in the process of moving. So I'm going to have to get mine all done probably a good week ahead of everyone else. No pressure. Let me take a look. Okay, so of the 31, scene. What is that? Have not seen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 9 of the 31 I have not seen, but I'm going to have to rewatch pretty much all of them. Some of them I know very well. I just want to rewatch them because I love them. Others I just need a refresh. Adam, if you have blue ball, Adam, if you have blue balls in your area, Adam, if you have Bluebell in your area, got to grab the banana fudge just released. I don't actually know what Bluebell is. Assume it's an ice cream shop. Next Gen Striker. Hey, Adam, finally caught you live. Why are you moving to Minnesota? Well, I'm from Minnesota, believe it or not. I know the accent is super, super great. Definitely not a giveaway that I'm maybe from the north a little bit. Some people say I'm from Canada. Others say I'm from another world completely. I got to tell you though, mine is far less pronounced than a lot of others. And over the years on YouTube, I've definitely tried my hardest to mask some of the words like bag, dragon. I would normally say bag and dragon. Roof, roof. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of weirdness with Minnesota accents. I'm moving back. We moved to South Carolina 3 years ago because I freaking hate the cold. I don't like the cold weather. I don't like when it's negative 30 degrees out. I don't like shoveling like thick ass heavy snow off of my driveway. And this is 6 months out of the year in Minnesota. And I have a lot of just a lot of bad history there when it comes to commuting to work, flying all over the road. I don't enjoy that. However, the pros unfortunately very much outweigh the cons in Minnesota for me. I got all my family there, mostly all my friends are there. There's a lot more opportunity there for my kids. South Carolina, everybody moved here in the last 3 years. It is a complete shit show. There are no roads, and every road that there is, everybody's on them all the time. It's just a post-COVID thing where everybody had a midlife crisis at the same time and thought, well, I can work remotely. I might as well go somewhere warm with palm trees and an ocean. And while that was great, the honeymoon is over. And yeah, we just there's nothing here that we really enjoy much anymore. So I will stomach the bad weather for great education, great hospital care, just more opportunity for work. There's just way too many good things about Minnesota for us. And it's not for everyone, and that's fine. Also, Mall of America. We're a big Mall of America family. Scott says, I would rather not ask you any questions. That's fine. Thank you, Scott. Another super chat. Vicky, as if she hasn't done enough, would love some more horror rants. Some crap ones out there ready for a roast. What's your favorite scary movie? What's your favorite? Maybe it's just a typo. What's your favorite scary movies? I might need clarification, Vicky, because I'm not sure I understand the question. Because you're talking about bad movies, but then you're asking my favorite. I do have one from Brian Davis, and I should probably just do it for the guy. He's done so much for me and the channel over the years. He wanted me to review, God, what was it, like Hellraiser 3 or something? I might be wrong. I'll have to look it up, but he does have a roast request from months ago when I was actually, that was part of being a patron at the Mithril member. You got a free roast request every 3 months, I think. It got too overwhelming and I was missing the marks on them, and it just wasn't good all around. It was a bad idea for me. It's a lot easier if people just do a one-time payment to me and they request a movie, and then I can say either yes or no, and we can go with it, like you did, Vicky, and I appreciate that. She's the one that's responsible for these Twilight movies coming out, these roasts, so you have her to thank, and her entirely. Favorite scary movies, if you're actually asking me that, I really like Halloween. I'm a huge fan of The Shining. Some might not even call that a horror film, a thriller, whatever you want to say. I'm a big fan of, again, Alien. I kind of like the cross-pollination of horror films. I'm not like straight, Saw or something, the gore porn. I'm more just interesting stories that might have the horror element to it. Trying to think of other ones that really jump to my mind as far as favorites. Hellraiser is really good, the first one. Nightmare on Elm Street, I just don't think holds up very well. I never could get into that. I know that's like sacrilege to say for a lot of people, but I think that one is a little too campy now for me. Where Halloween, I still think holds up pretty damn well, and I really like the reboot of the sequel titled Halloween brilliantly. I'd have to think on it. Like, I could easily put together a list of probably 50 if I sat down for a little bit. But Scream, really enjoy Scream 1 and 2. Vicky, if you're in the comments, let me look if she's in the comments if she wants to clarify. Oh, here we go. Sorry, autocorrect. I was asking for what your favorite scary movie was, but also stating would love to see horror reviews, rants. My favorite horror movie of all time, by the way, is The Thing. I I love that movie. I think it's brilliant. Cody's here. Halloween holds up, but Nightmare on Elm Street doesn't. Minnesota needs doesn't need that kind of nonsense. Yeah, Cody, you're free to defend your opinions. I mean, we've differed several times when it comes to horror films. Some say Barbarian is a masterpiece. Others think it's a piece of shit. You know, different strokes, but I think we can both agree it's really fun to talk about horror films and movies in general. And I'm actually super excited to be on the May 31 on 31. I'm sure most of you know Cody and his channel, but make sure to subscribe to him if you haven't. He does good shit. Sometimes terribly wrong when it comes to his opinions on horror films, but he, that's his thing. That's his thing. Okay, the Fourth Horseman for $5. Thank you, Fourth Horseman, because there's typically three, so this is kind of a unprecedented thing. Mayor of Kingstown is the only TV series worth watching nowadays for me. Is there any TV shows that you love to watch? Love your channel. If we're going to comedy, I'm actually a little self-promotion again. Patreon.com/AdamDoesMovies. I am going to be covering Parks and Recreation in its entirety for, I believe it's like $5 members. Every month I give movie reviews exclusively over there, or TV show reviews that just don't make sense to put on the channel. So I'm going to be covering Parks and Rec. Last month I did The Office, which is good for about 5 seasons, and then it shits the bed. If you're talking about like new TV series, like I said, I'm watching Severance, and so far that's really impressing me. Dexter season 1 through 4 are pretty damn brilliant. Obviously, you have the staples like Seinfeld for me, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Always Sunny in Philadelphia. If you want to go for the drama style, then you go with Breaking Bad. It's like critically acclaimed. Better Call Saul, I think, is just as great. Maybe not just as great, but it's damn good on its own merits. Any new TV shows? I tried watching Silo. That show sucks. So it was good for like 3 episodes, and it kept getting more and more ridiculous and just boring and stupid. That wasn't really the question. You wanted to know something good that I'm watching. I'm not watching a lot of TV shows. I have to watch 31 mob movies and bone up on my. I have to like click on the memory that put them in the hole in the back. I got to remember everything, so I don't have time to watch TV shows much. I know there's a new episode of Daredevil on. It's probably out, or it's out. It came out already. I watched the first 2, and I got to say it was pretty mid-devil. I got to see how that performed on my my metrics if I continue covering it. But right now, I'm not very impressed with Daredevil. Freddie Lit for $3. Have you seen Jacob's Ladder? Yes, I have. It's been a long time. Is Jacob's Ladder Rebecca De Mornay, or am I confusing that with Hand That Rocks the Cradle? Jacob's Ladder, IMDb. I think I'm confusing that with Hand That Rocks the Cradle. Tim Robbins, yeah, I am. Tim Robbins, Elizabeth Pena? Maybe I haven't seen this. Mourning his dead son, a haunted Vietnam War veteran attempts to uncover his past while suffering from a severe case of disassociation. I've heard of the movie, obviously, but I do not think I've seen this film. Interesting. Another one to put on the list, I guess. Sean says, Cody, you and Adam should have a movie debate show. I'd buy that for $1. Nice. It's a RoboCop reference. I mean, the truth is, Cody would never do that because the outcome's already set in stone ahead of time. I'm going to watch Daredevil right after this. Oh, that's nice. That May debrief is going to be glorious. That's referring to the 31 on 31. Macaulay Culkin is in Jacob's Ladder? Is this performance anywhere near as chilling as it is in The Good Son? Count me in. Oh, Wonko is just upset now. Holy crap, dude. You need to put Jacob's Ladder on your list and don't look up more information. It's on my list. Perhaps I make that the free review on Patreon for April. Let me go ahead and add that. Jacob's Ladder Patreon. Why is my computer not charging? Oh, hang on. There we go. Whew, that was what a whirlwind we just went on. What an adventure. The computer wasn't fully plugged in and it wasn't charging. Who knows what could have happened? Well, the computer would have died eventually. That's what would have happened. I'm excited to see you stream with Rudy and Charles for the 31 on 31 debrief. They are great dudes. I'm bad with names. I'm sure I've seen them before, but I don't know them. I don't believe I've had any interactions with them. So that'll be fun. I always enjoy meeting new people and then forgetting their names afterwards. I believe I called Cody Corey several times when he was on my channel. The first, maybe even the second time on there, because I used to do this channel, this show early 1,000 years ago with a Corey. So yeah, I'm just terrible with names. I'm not a good person, I think, is how it really shakes out. I'm so mad. I would make you sit down with a beer and watch it with me, but I don't even drink. Can I have a Coca-Cola Classic? Can I have a pop? Can I have a soda? I don't like the taste of beer. Have you done a review on Paradise yet? No? What the fuck is Paradise? Paradise. Is it a series? I have not. Who's that good-looking guy in there? Is that my boy James Marsden? Is that my Cyclops, James Marsden? Oh, and Sterling K. Brown is in this. I don't know any of these other Jags, but okay. I don't know what that is. Did you watch the TV show From? I did not. The Fourth Horseman for $2. Thank you. I think there is an Alien TV series coming soon. There is. It looks appetizing from the teasers that they've been giving us. Alien Earth, I think. Alien Earth. I think that's what it's called. Alien Earth TV series coming to Hulu. We got a date yet? Alien Earth release date. It just says summer 2025. I'm stoked. That could be pretty sweet. Space VYX is back for $2. Thank you. I saw Heart Eyes, Companion, and The Monkey. Thanks. I hope you enjoyed them. I enjoyed all three. I know Monkey didn't get the highest marks, but it was kind of like Mickey 17 for me, where the first the first two acts were strong enough to hold the mess together enough. Oh, hey, see this bottle? It's not true to the one in the movie, but whoever can name this movie based on what I'm doing first gets a fictitious sticker. Rob K got it right away. Smile too. Here's your sticker. Oh, a couple others. A little late to the show, but they got there. They got there. Oh yeah, we're doing like real life charades. Now I'm gonna choke on the water that I just ingested. Watso MD $5. Did you watch Transformers the movie? Did you cry when Optimus Prime dies? Spoilers! Transformers the movie, which came out in, oh my god, was that 89, 91? '86. Wow. Here's the dealio. I think Transformers the movie, here comes a hot take, is massively overrated. We have Optimus die within the first 8, maybe even 5 minutes of this film. Also, that fuck bro Hasbro can sell a new line of Prime toys with the new character. I'm just out at that point. I'm not happy about it. It gave it some stakes, but they weren't stakes with for the right reasons. And that pissed me off. Even as a child, I could see through that BS, and I was not happy about it. I did later buy it on DVD just because it felt like something I should have as a nerd. So I do own that film on DVD. It's got that Weird Al Yankovic song. I say Yankovic, but I think it's Yankovic. Tossed in kind of randomly. It does have cool, the theme song though. You got the touch. You got the power. It does have the awesome finale with the giant, what the fuck is that thing called? What's the planet-eating transformer? Galvatron? Galvatron is pretty sweet. I did not cry when Optimus died. I was pissed. Yes, the song is Dare to Be Stupid by Weird Al. Did I say Unicron? What the fuck is a DVD? Back in my day, DVDs were... Oh, shit, yeah. Lindsay just texted me. I love when she does that while I'm live streaming. That's always fun. I have to give you a special bulletin. This just in. Don't buy anything from my merch store because Teespring is trash. They have not, and I know Cody, who was on here earlier, he's having problems with his too. I saw his community post. Unlike him, I'm less responsible and I didn't say anything yet because I'm still fighting with Spring to get reimbursed for merch that I ordered like 3 months ago at this point. They said they're finally going to reimburse me. Haven't seen it yet. So I'm dealing with them. That's what my merch is through. YouTube kind of pushed people to go with Spring because it could embed into your YouTube videos. Well, not embed, but it's underneath on your YouTube channel. I have to leave them. I'm probably going to go to Threads or somewhere else. I don't know. I have to research it, who can make my t-shirts. So I'm very bummed out, but do not buy anything off the merch store if you were thinking about it. I know you were. I know you were clamoring to get an Adam Does Movies tee, but just wait. We'll fix it. Does Death of a Unicorn look good? Are you asking because you're not sure what to think, or are you just wanting to know my opinion? I think it looks really good. I think it looks like a fun, dark comedy. Love me some Paul Rudd. We got Jenna Ortega in that. Yeah, I think it looks like an A24 film. Honestly, almost all of Generation 1 dies in the film. Oof. Yeah, they had to make way for the new toy line. It's kind of like the Avengers now. They killed off all the favorites, and now we have Captain Marvel and She-Hulk. Is Shang-Chi still a thing? What happened to him? I liked that movie. Where did he go? Had like no appearance. We've had no appearances from Shang-Chi since the movie, which I think did really well at the box office. It's kind of bizarre. Glasses look like they're crooked. Who knew that cheap ass $20 box of 3 glasses wouldn't sit straight on your face? Ugh. We still have Thor, yes. Fresh off of his amazing Thor, Love and Thunder, that everybody loves, critically lauded. Guitar Lord, I've been pretty happy with Fourth Wall for merch thus far. Teespring is garbage. Fourth Wall. We have the Fourth Horseman and we have Fourth Wall. Fourth Wall merch store. Okay, I will look into that. Their landing page seems professional and nice and clean. It's a thing I like to look for. Who cares about him? We only watched for Aquafina. Aquafina! Here, I'll do some live movie trivia for you. This is what I do with my children. How good are you with Disney movies? This is what I play with them. All right. The first line from the character, the titular character, is, I can't complain. I got my bricks. I got my stump. I would be impressed if someone got that. I think that's the line. I got my bricks. I got my stump. Don't look it up. That's cheating. Oh, I said it. I guess I can't bellyache too much. I got my bricks. I got my stump. All right, we have Wreck-It Ralph, the first person to get it. Kyle Harlow. I'm gonna wreck it. Will you review Frozen 3 since you reviewed Flow? What? I don't know if those are. Is this a joke? I mean, I'm laughing. It's pretty funny. Yeah, so both definitely in the same category of film, Frozen 3 and Flow. I mean, I review pretty much all the Disney crap that comes out. I review most the mainstream animated stuff in general. I know I'm really super jazzed for Snow White. Everybody's excited for Snow White. How could you not be? Excited about any Lego announced for 2025? I did see there were some announcements coming through. I do love me some Lego sets, although everything is so heavily priced now. It's tough for me to really enjoy the hobby much these days when I'm having to move across the country and it's going to cost a freaking fortune. So yes, I am excited about a good chunk of it. I love all the new Harry Potter stuff, but it's just not in the cards right now to get. Hopefully, when we get settled in Minnesota, I can start looking a little closer at it. I am a little disappointed that new Mario Kart thing is just Mario in the cart. I was kind of hoping for a much larger scale, maybe the minifig set with the track and the different characters. Will you review the Human Centipede Cinematic Universe? Of course, the HCCU. I did actually roast the first Human Centipede. It's on the channel. There is a roast playlist. I highly suggest going through and watching the roast videos. They are my favorite things I've put out onto this channel in many years. I watch the film, I write the entire script, jokes and all, and I put in a damn good amount of clips. And that's the trickiest part because you can't show more than a little over 3 seconds of footage with no audio, or YouTube will flag the living fuck out of your channel. So you have to be very diligent, very, very. You got to edit the crap out of your videos. And sometimes one of them, it took me, I think, 10 uploads before I got all the copyrights out of it before I could make it live. So they're a pain in the ass, but I think they're worth it. Do you ever plan on bringing podcasts back? No, not just straight up 40-minute riff videos. Not anytime soon. they didn't do terrible for the channel. It's just everything can be streamed on podcasts now. If you didn't know, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, there's an RSS feed that goes out to a bunch of different places. So you can find Adam Does Movies on Spotify and all those different platforms. And I put pretty much everything that's on YouTube up there. Just another way for you to watch or listen. They are video versions too. But no, I don't have any dedicated podcast in mind at this time. Would you maybe want to do movie reactions on the channel and then review them the next day in the future? I don't know what that means. You mean quick first impressions after seeing the movie? Or do you mean movie reactions to a trailer? I'm not entirely sure what that means. What I was doing earlier this year was I was doing out of theater reactions, like quick 1-minute reviews, sometimes 2-minute reviews, just leaving the theater. I was doing those in the versions of shorts, and then I just decided to make them straight up 1-minute, 2-minute videos, and then the next day I reviewed them. So I was doing that. It just seemed like extra work without really gaining much out of it. Subs, I'd get a few. Revenue, I'd get a little, but nothing was really doing it enough service. It was just better for me to watch the movie, kind of think on the film a little bit longer before I headed home, and then just shot the review that night. That said, if I'm back in Minnesota and I can find a good group of guys to go to the movies with, and we jump in the car afterwards, maybe we'll do that again. I'll bring back that car side reviews kind of a thing for the quick reaction from the friends, and then I'll do the review plus the spoiler if it's a bigger video. We'll see. You gotta play around with it a little bit. Julio says, keep up the good work. Love the channel. Appreciate it. Love you guys enjoying the content. Guitar Lord. I think he means a review within a review, within a dream, within a review. Yes. Dreamception, reviewception. I did that last year with Tony from Hack the Movies. He did a reaction to something. I don't even know what it was. I think it was a Transformers movie. Transformers 1, I'm pretty sure. I did a reaction video reacting to him reacting to Transformers 1, I think is what it was called. And then he did a video reacting to me, reacting to him, reacting to the trailer. I think I even did one further one. It got completely insane. I wish he would have kept going with it, but I drew last blood there. Evan says, we will be okay if you don't review Snow White. Don't put yourself through that, man. Yeah, I know, but sometimes you just got to give people what they want. And I know people love to hear Disney movies get shit on. And honestly, I'm just kind of super curious about this one. I've been surprised by some of the Disney stuff in the past. I do have a soft spot for Disney, even though I have shit on them plenty with the live action stuff that I think is entirely soulless and cash grabby. But I will check out Snow White. I couldn't do Mufasa. I love The Lion King a lot, the animated one, and that first Lion King live action movie was such a disgusting piece of shit that I couldn't do it again. I couldn't give any more money to him, even though I waited till that was streaming. So I guess I didn't give any money to him that time anyways. But Snow White, I don't really have much infatuation with the original classic. I've seen it obviously, but it's not even close to one of my favorite Disney films. So I am just curious to see what this movie does. And if it's bad, I will definitely let you know. I liked those first impression videos. It was interesting seeing what your boys thought too. Yeah, well, like I said, I might bring them back when I move and get comfortable in a new location. Sometimes the issue is I don't want to always make it feel like work. And when I see a movie, after watching a 2 hour, sometimes 3 hour film, the last thing I really want to do is put on the camera and get over the top, because you're always acting, even when I'm just being honest and telling you what I thought, I'm still kind of like upping my excitement by about 30% from my normal boring ass self. And people that have watched the channel can attest that I'm less exciting in person than I am on camera. They're like, "Oh, you're a lot more chill than I thought." Oh, really? Did you think I was going to start yelling strong female leads in the middle of a Chipotle on a Tuesday night? Yeah, but yeah. So I don't know. I go back and forth with it. Right now, I'm going to hold off. But when I get back to Minnesota, if I can see the movies again with some of my close buddies, then I could maybe see jumping in the car with them, doing a review, and that's more fun for me, and it just feels more organic. And there it is, right after that. When will Adam Does Movies be recast with a strong female lead? I don't know, but frankly, it's about time. I haven't done the strong female lead on the channel for a while. Maybe we'll be able to in one of the next Twilight roasts. The shadow getting cast on your neck has been driving me crazy the last 5 videos. Shadow on my neck. Right. Oh, here? I don't know what it's from. I see what you're saying now. Weird. Now it's going to bother me the rest of the fuck. Is it bounce a light off of it somewhere? I don't know what it is, dude. I will say I'm hope. I mean, it's just my neck. Where is it coming from? Ugh! I don't know what it. I don't know what it is. I apologize. I think it's just something you're gonna have to deal with. Is it the bar? I bet it's the bar. Go back here. I know what you're seeing now. Now I see it. Now I can't get over it. Okay, there it is. Am I off my meeting? Yeah, my meeting. I'm on my Zoom meeting with work. I don't know. No, I'm not off my meeting. Wait, is it? Oh, I thought I had it. Sorry, guys. I don't know. I don't know what to say. I will. Rest assured. After this is done, I will have this figured out by the next video, though. I can promise you that much. It's a little better right there. If I pull my shirt up and here, I'll just go like this. There you go. Is that better? Is that better for you, jerk? How about the glares off the glasses? Adam Does Movies. Okay. Let me in for $4.99. Just saying, hey, been loving the content. Thank you. I fucked around for so long. New super chats came in. You love to see it. Watso MD for $2 says, when is Tony's next loser speech? Yeah. Good question. Here, I'll tell you what I said to him. I'll tell you what I privately messaged him. This was on Wednesday. This was on Wednesday. Oh no, I'm sorry. This was on Friday. All caps from me. Where the fuck is your I was wrong redux video? Crickets for a while. This weekend, exclamation mark. Sorry, I had 2 videos blow up and I need to capitalize on them. My whole calendar got moved around. My response, cap. End of conversation. So apparently it's coming this weekend. Watso MD. Kyle Harlow for $2. FYI, Adrian Brody's speech just ended. That's awesome. Yes, Adrian Brody had the most insufferably long Oscar speech. Paul Bros for never for $4.99. Thank you, Paul Bros. Hey, Adam, what are some of your favorite romance and animated movies? Romance, la la la, gaga, ooh la la. Hang on. I should be cast in Smile 3. God, this Foss water is damn good. Favorite romance and animated movies. Kind of 2 different things, but maybe we can kill 2 birds with 1 cock. God, I want to say Up for romance, but Up turns to crap after about, Up has that brilliant 5 to 10 minutes and then that brilliant ending, and everything in the middle is kind of bad. Wall-E. I'm going to say Wall-E for best romance and animated film. Beautiful film. And a lovely romance between 2 robots. Other good romance flicks. Shape of Water. Woman falls in love with a fish man. And if he can get it, you and I should be able to. So it's inspiring for that reason. Let me look up romance movies. And I'll tell you if there's any that really stick out as something I love. Oh, Valentine's Day, of course. Everybody loves Valentine's Day. Oh, La La Land. La La Land. Freaking love that film. I've seen it several times now. Big fan. Princess. Oh, are we calling the Princess Bride? I suppose that's a love story in a way. Princess Bride's great. Challengers. Come on. I guess a romance. I really like Challengers. I liked Nora a lot, but there's not really a romance in that. I guess not in the conventional sense. Everything Everywhere All at Once has some really powerful romantic sections of film that I enjoy. That wasn't on here. I'm just thinking of that out loud. Oh, interesting. They put Blink Twice on here for romantic thrillers. I'm not sure if I'd say any part of that's romantic. God, I really just don't like a lot of romance movies. Romantic westerns, The Quick and the Dead? What? How is that a romantic western? Come on, Google's on drugs. Oh, 50 Shades of Grey, of course, and Twilight, everybody's favorite, the Twilight films. And so you're talking about favorite animated movies. That's going to be easier for me. Big fan of Beauty and the Beast, also a romance. Beauty and the Beast is I think my favorite animated movie of all time still. It's a tale as old as time, really. It's a song as old as rhyme. I like Lion King a lot. Little Shakespeare in the Jungle goes a long way. Aladdin's solid. Emperor's New Groove, another one of my favorites, though. Not a romance, but such a fun movie. Lilo and Stitch is great. Not looking forward to that crap live action movie at all. How to Train Your Dragon trilogy, Kung Fu Panda 1 and 2. Three's all right. Really love Naja. I'm not even joking. I watched Naja twice now. The first one and the second one, I'm very happy I saw in theaters on the big screen. There's so many Pixar across the board. All the early stuff, especially the Toy Story movies, Finding Nemo, Monsters Inc. You just go across the board. It's all pretty damn good. Wreck-It Ralph, I mentioned earlier. I love Wreck-It Ralph. Yeah, there's not really a bad one in the bunch. I like the Disney princess shit too. Cinderella, sign me up. Sleeping Beauty, yeah, I'll sleep with her. That sounded okay. Well, we went there. Frozen, sure. Moana, hell yeah. Don't you wanna? Tangled, I like Tangled a lot. I'm a sucker for animated movies. King Cold for $5. Thank you, King Cold. Hey, hi, Adam. Is there a celebrity that will make you weep when they pass on? I don't want to close my eyes. I don't want to fall asleep because I miss you, babe. And I don't want to miss a thing. Patrick Stewart will be a very sad one. I think he's brilliant. I think he's awesome. I love that he never shies away from crazy stuff. He's such a fun nerd dude with Professor X and Star Trek and freaking American Dad. He does a lot of voice stuff there. He's just a legend, and he has a sad, inspiring story, which I won't bore you with. You can look it up pretty easily. But he basically snuck in to acting while his dad was controlling the house. Very inspiring guy. So that one will make me sad. I don't think I'll openly weep on any of them, but I'll there'll be a missing little spot in my reset, the little absence of a heart that should be there. Merlin Troutman for $4.99. What would you say is bottom of the barrel for Pixar movies? For me, it's Lightyear. Yeah, that's a bad one. Lightyear's not good. I'm not a fan of the Cars films. Cars 2 is pretty bottom of the barrel, I think. The other ones are whatever. I just don't like any of those movies. But yeah, Lightyear is just not good. From top to bottom, I feel like it misses the mark for pretty much everyone. Cars has its place, but Cars 2, I thought, kind of missed the mark as well. I'm trying to think. I did not care for Onward. And one that got a lot of notoriety that I think is incredibly overrated was Sing, which was the piano player, the jazz piano player. And I love Tina Fey, and she's a voice in that. I love Tina Fey, but it's another one of those movies where it has so much potential early on, and then the rest of the movie is just kind of this disappointing mess that gets really stupid and childish and has some of the most cliche types of characters, like the hippie dude, far out, man. I've never liked hippies in movies. I think they're lame and not funny. Yeah, that one missed the mark for me. I'm sorry, it's not Sing, it's called Soul. It's called Soul. Sing is a Illumination movie that also is not very good. Oh, Ralph Breaks the Internet Blows Ass, but that's Disney. That's not Pixar, so that doesn't count. Let me look up Pixar movies. Maybe there's one that I'm missing. I liked Elemental. I loved Luca. Turning Red was fine. I enjoyed that. I think that one got a little unnecessary hate. Ratatouille's fantastic. Coco's great. Oh, there's so many good. Really, Pixar does not miss much at all. Planes is not a Pixar movie, Google. You're high as fuck. Planes is not Pixar. That's Disney straight. That's Disney proper. Oh, I did not like The Good Dinosaur. I actually kind of hate that movie. Protagonist annoys the crap out of me. The clumsy oaf doofus kid never, the dinosaur never. I just don't like that type of character. It bothers me. That one misses. Encanto is Disney proper. Google, you're just on drugs. Wreck-It Ralph is Disney. Big Hero 6 is Disney. Yeah, they don't miss. They rarely miss ever. Inside Out's great. Inside Out 2 was good. Space VYX for $2. Thank you. Which Jaws movie is the best? The first. That's not even a question. I appreciate the $2, but you almost should have saved it because it's so ridiculous. What a ridiculous question. I'm almost insulted you asked it. None of the Jaws movies are good after one. Jaws 2 is passable, but it's not very good. My favorite part about Jaws 2, and I've said this before, is the first movie has the most iconic final kill catchphrase. Smile, you son of a bitch. Shoots the barrel, blows the thing sky high. Or the tank. The second movie, they put him in a similar situation out in the open water, and he grabs an electric cable and he holds it up and he says, "Open wide, say ah," and he shocks the shark. It's so bad. It's so stupid. Jaws 3D is a hot mess, and Jaws The Revenge is terrible. It's not even a question of which one's the best. It's a question of which one's the worst. And that answer is Jaws Revenge. It's actually perfectly in order from best to worst, and then vice versa. The Blind Cinephile for $5. Thank you. You think you'd ever take your kids to the Universal Horror Nights when they get older? Been to 2 years in a row, and it's awesome. Yes, 1000%. My daughter and I almost went to the last one. We were there. We were at Disney for a few nights. It was the first time we went and didn't do Universal because we just wanted to get that final little ounce of magic from the kingdom out of our system. And surprisingly, it was freaking awesome going. We did a lot of shit we'd never done before. And yeah, it was great. I don't ever need to go back to Disney again. The parks are like pretty bad now, but I'm so happy we got that last great experience in. Universal nights were going on. We almost went, but we didn't do it. We didn't do it. But Olivia loves scary stuff. She's a big fan of horror films. It would have been a blast. We're definitely going to be going in the future. And I think Connor would probably go too. Lindsay gets scared very easily. My wife, probably not in the cards for her, but you know, maybe she'll tag along and just not go to inside any of the houses. We'll see. Bing Bong for $19.99, shot out of a cannon from the top rope. If you have already answered this, sorry, don't apologize. You just gave me $20. But what do you think of the new Snape in the Harry Potter series? As a black man, I hate the idea of blackwashing characters. Little Mermaid was great, but Snape is drawn so clearly in the books. Yes, they do describe Snape, as like pasty ass white or clear skinned or something. He's got a hooked nose. He's not an attractive man. And the TV series cast a very attractive black gentleman. I don't put much stock into it. Like I roll my eyes very heavily and I go, oh God, give me a break. But at the same time, I think this whole thing is a stupid idea. So stupid ideas are going to have stupid ideas within them. What's very funny is they kind of fooled me at first by casting John Lithgow as Dumbledore, which I thought was brilliant because both Dumbledores in the movies, who I love both, even though, the first one was at death's doorstep the entire time, RIP, but it was a weird choice to cast him when he was so old. And anyway, neither of them really matched the book's version, which was kind, gentle, whimsical. The first was definitely closer than, what was it, Michael Gambon? Why am I forgetting the name of the first one? He's like an iconic actor. Dumbledore's in the movies. He was in Gladiator and a whole bunch of stuff before then. Dumbledore actors. Yeah, Michael Gambon was the second one. Richard Harris, of course. Richard Harris was the first two movies. Neither of them were quite accurate to the book, so I thought Lithgow was a brilliant casting choice. They also cast the woman who I'm not familiar with from a lot of things outside of Ozarks. She was one of the meth dealer or contact accountant ladies. She's playing Dolores, not Dolores Umbridge. Oh my god, she's playing um, oh my god, what the fuck's her name? It's really hard doing things live because you have to think on your feet, and apparently sometimes it's just not in the cards for me. Uh, oh my god, what the fuck is it? I'm not gonna look. I need to just figure this out. This is my punishment because I'm a huge Harry Potter fan and I don't know the McGonagall, Mrs. McGonagall. She's playing Mrs. McGonagall, Ozark's actress as Miss. Is it Mrs. McGonagall? Is she married? Was she married? Janet McTeer is going to be Professor McGonagall. Great casting, honestly. She seems like she would be perfect. So then they trick me with 2 picks, and then we get the black dude that's going to be Snape. When you have Adam Driver, who looks and sounds a lot like Alan Rickman. Now this is the whole Little Mermaid fiasco all over again. When you make something that's very, very similar to what came before, Little Mermaid has the same music, same setting, same characters, same plot, same straight up storyboards and songs. Well, I said music, but whatever, you get what I'm saying. And then to just completely 180 on one of the characters' looks, it's bizarre. And the Harry Potter new TV series, using the same theme song, has the same look to the castle and everything. The characters appear to be kind of one-to-one with the movies and the books as well. So Snape being black, it's just whatever. I'm not like, oh God, how dare they? Because I don't care about this show, but I'm also like rolling the fuck out of my eyes because they're like, crap, there's very little representation in the Harry Potter movies. It's kind of like Lord of the Rings. They're all but just a bunch of white people. And yeah, I guess they felt they needed to make a prominent character, a person of color, in order to seem hip and with it. Huh? Minerva, thank you. Minerva McGonagall. Yes, that's her first name. Yeah, Adam Driver. I don't know. Adam Driver does a lot of bizarre, kind of indie stuff. He's an interesting actor. I think he's a real actor's actor, where he'll take roles that appeal to him, and I don't think money is too big of a concern. But I could be wrong. Bing Bong's back for another 1999. Oh, wait, this one. Okay. Oh, that's not Bing Bong. Paul Bros for another. Bing Bong is not back. But another 1999 super chat. I appreciate it. I think it's also a big miss when Little Mermaid is not so established as white, whereas Snape is very clearly mentioned multiple times as white, and they told us it will be a faithfully adaptation to the books. Yeah, faithfully adapted. Again, yeah, it's just kind of like, well, all right. It would never work the other way around. That's why it is an eye rolling thing. You're never going to see Princess and the Frog and Tiana some white chick. It just will not happen. And I get that Hollywood is always trying to like ridiculously course correct and feel good about themselves and be like, look at how progressive we are. Look at what we're doing for society and inclusion and tolerance. And I agree with all those things, but that doesn't mean I still can't roll my fucking eyes when it seems so tailor-made to be kind of cringy and in the moment, instead of, yeah, just being true to the characters as they're described in the book. Again, Little Mermaid, I don't give a shit what race, creed, whatever she is, but it was because it was so married to the cartoon and using everything else from it that it was just confusing. Oh, this isn't the same Ariel from the cartoon with the red hair and the white ass skin. This is a different Ariel that's been plopped into this. I don't know. It is odd. Tell a new story. How about that? How about that across the board? Just tell new stories. Harry Potter's still fantastic. The movies and the books. There's like a million things they could do with this property, but they're scared now because the Fantastic Beasts was such a colossal failure. Sully streams for $4.99. I don't have a question, but just wanted to say that I'm still laughing about the title of your Black Adam review. White Adam reviews Black Adam. Yes, thank you. That's right. White Panther reviews Black Panther. I should have kept that shit going. It's just so stupid. Because my name's Adam. It was perfect. Once in a while, I get it right. They made a show with Anne Boleyn as a black woman, and she was a real person who was absolutely white. That's funny. Oh, that's good stuff. Rogue Reviews. Hey, Adam. Hey, chat. Hey, Rogue Reviews. Thank you for saying hi. Stavey, what's your favorite James Marsden movie, and why is it Hop? Good. That's rich. I have never seen Hop. I know. I know. It's honestly good to get that off my chest. I'm gonna show myself out after I find my critic card to hand in. For I've never watched the film Hop. Is there a sequel? I think there might be a Hop 2. If not, they should really hop to it. Let's check. I don't believe that. Oh, I put hope because I don't know how to spell. Hop 2 movie. I don't think there's a Hop 2. It never got a sequel. Looks like another fan script is in the works for old Adam Bear here. I've never made a fan script, but if I did, it would probably be for Batman v Superman, and I would have the ending change a little, where this is going to be such a stupid long walk, but just stay with me. Where Batman is squaring off against Superman, and Batman's like, "You won't do it. You won't kill me. You don't have the balls." And then Superman grabs him and goes, "Oh yeah? Tell that to Zod's snapped neck." Boom. End scene. Anybody who gets that reference is old now. Never forget. And now he's a director. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't answer that question. Was that James? Is there a favorite James Marsden movie? Jesus. Does he have any like really good movies? He's always kind of like the sidekick. Sonic sidekick, Hop sidekick, X-Men sidekick, even though he should have been the leader. You know, James Marsden's always going to be my Cyclops, regardless of kind of not doing him justice. He's still my Cyclops, and he has one of my favorite cheesy lines in all of superhero history. And that's when he's all grizzled and he's hot looking with his, you know, his 5 o'clock shadow or whatever the number is, o'clock. I can't grow a beard, so I don't know the shadows. And he's walking away, and I don't know, there was some like pithy comment made by Logan, and Cyclops turns to him and goes, "Hey, not everyone heals as fast as you do, Logan." It's good because he's grieving over Jean Grey, but he doesn't have the regeneration abilities that Wolverine does. So it was kind of a play on words there, and I appreciate it. Not everyone heals as fast as you do, Logan. I can't do it like he did. He did it so good. Salty Bay, $3.94 for $4.99. Thank you, Salty Bay. Is there a plot you would love to be made into a movie? Sorry, English isn't my first language. It's barely mine either, so you're in good company. Is there a plot you would love to be made into a movie? Well, I made a movie. I wrote a script. I've written a script for a movie and a pilot for a TV series. So there are a couple things I would like to see made into a film. But off the top of my sack, I'd like to take a crack at the Matrix, pretend 4 didn't happen, and do the fan theory that I had when I was in like high school and a bunch of other people probably had as well, that Zion itself was also a matrix. It's inception, it's a matrix within a matrix, and you can have some fun with that shit. You can go real wild with that. But I think that would be a fun time. A matrix inside of a matrix. How deep does the rabbit hole truly go, you know? What's to be believed anymore? Oh, and also an animated movie where we find out there's not just a North Pole that's got Santa and his elves and stuff, but there's also a South Pole where there's that's where Krampus lives and his evil minions, and we could do like a North versus South sort of a thing where it's just this epic all-out war. The elves have like snowball, rocket launchers, and they use candy canes as nunchucks, and it could be this bloody thing. That would be pretty fun. Watso MD for $5. If you were on a Siskel and Ebert style movie review show, who would be your dream co-host? Obviously, a strong female lead. I used to have a co-host on this channel in my first couple years. His name was Corey. He was a coworker. I have a couple buddies that I think are really good at talking films, and they would be an absolute blast to have on the show. One of my friends who I've known since the third grade, he was actually the one that said, you could just do a movie review channel. I think you'd be really good at it. And I think he would actually be good at it too. So, but there's like a lot of people, both from, way back growing up that I've kept in contact with, and even newer folks that I've met via YouTube and this whole thing that they're incredibly knowledgeable, more knowledgeable than I am about a lot of aspects of film, and they do their homework, and they can speak, in like cogent ways, and that would be fun. So maybe not necessarily like a straight up co-host, but maybe a rotating gauntlet of different people every week, kind of like a late night show where I would be the host and there would be different, not necessarily experts, because that would just be boring and they'd be pompous assholes, but other people that love talking movies with passion and maybe a little bit more humor than your average bear, that know that at the end of the day we're talking about entertainment and it doesn't need to be taken so seriously. If you're talking about like an actor or something, I really don't know. I don't know. Patrick Stewart. The Fourth Horseman for $2. Who would you like to see play the next 007? If I'm going to be honest with you, I would like to see just kind of a nobody, a new up and comer. Let's give some new actors something to do. I think the ideas they've had in the past were solid, but maybe not the greatest ones all the same, such as Henry Cavill. I know gets thrown around a lot as James Bond. I think he would be fine, but I just don't know if he necessarily has the charisma or the range of a James Bond. I thought Pierce Brosnan was really damn good. He was one of my favorites. His movies not so much, but I thought he was really good. Yeah, I think you start from scratch and you just build up kind of a new character, a new actor. Or what would be really funny is if you got Tom Cruise, who's doing the Mission Impossible franchise, and he's no way qualified to play James Bond, but that would be hilarious. Just put James Bond as Tom Cruise. Michael for $1.99. Thank you. Have you seen Dogman the movie by Captain Underpants? I have not. Connor, my son, really wants to watch it. It's on. We have it. We just have not had time to sit down and watch. We watched Naja the other night, or Naja. I don't know exactly how to say it. I apologize, but I'm learning. I'm trying. I'm growing. They all like that. My wife didn't love it. She was like, you kind of hyped it up too much, which I can do from time to time. That's fair. That's honest. But I think Dogman will probably try to watch in a few more days. I'm not huge on the Dogman comic book thingy. I liked Captain Underpants quite a bit more. I used to read those to my kids back in the day. Dogman never, that was just a little too juvenile for me. And we're talking about Captain Underpants here. So the bar is set pretty low already in this house, but Dogman just never really did much. Hope it's good. Purr for 199. Thank you. What is your favorite and least favorite Harry Potter movie? That's actually challenging. I find different things to appreciate at different times every year. My least favorite, I still think I have to go with Chamber. I got to go with Chamber of Secrets. And it's one of my favorite books. I think the book reads really well. JK, her stuff can get really lengthy. I really do think she needed a better editor, or maybe just one in general, because she has a tendency to kind of run on and ramble about the same things over and over again. She really loves to spend a good 3 or 4 chapters bringing you up to speed like you haven't read the previous 4 fucking books. Like at this point, JK, everybody's on board. You don't need to keep reiterating things time and time again. We're not that stupid. But the Chamber of Secrets movie just did not hit the right tone, I didn't think. And I really like Chris Columbus as a director. I think he did a fantastic job building that first movie up in that world. And I don't understand how anyone could give the first movie even an ounce of criticism as far as like the direction goes, because this is the dude who was responsible for picking out these actors, making sure these locations looked brilliant. Obviously, there's a massive team, but the director at the end of the day, it falls on him, and he did almost a perfect job. Yeah, it's more family friendly. It should be. These movies get darker along with the books. Chamber's going to be my pick for worst. My best is really hard for me to say. I often will go with Goblet of Fire, and I know some people hate that movie because it does kind of stray from the book in a lot of ways, but not in the ways that really hurt it. It's a confusing movie for sure. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it's the first film that really felt like there was some stakes involved. People are dying. We get the return of Dumbledore. But it also has all the really fun, cool stuff that I look for in a magical type of film. The dragon egg chase. You got the mermaid stuff. It's a lot of cool things in that film. But I really like all the movies, even the bad one. Not bad, but the worst of the Harry Potter is still the best of a lot of things for me. I love Half Blood Prince also. Oh, interesting. Look at my least favorite will forever be Half Blood Prince, and the best is Goblet. So we're half in agreement. It's funny you don't like Half Blood Prince, or I should say your least favorite. I really dug the lack of magic in Half Blood Prince. Felt justified and gave it a completely unique take on the material, because everything is so cold in that film. There's a lot of humor, but it's like every ounce of joy is stripped away from the castle, and it makes sense considering what takes place in that film. And Draco Malfoy is at top form in that film. Jordan says, I left a large comment on your post, but congrats on being so popular with us tubers. Short for YouTubers. Thank you for clarifying, Jordan. I appreciate when people do that. A lot of Prisoner fans here. I hear that a lot. Prisoner of Azkaban is good. The Time Turner stuff, it gets a little long for me. That's the final act gets a bit too long and tedious, I think. That's the only issue I have. That movie is really good, though. Hey. I'd only watch Harry Potter if Rob Zombie directs it. Oh my god. Could you imagine? Harry Potter 7 is literally a camping video, and I'm there for it. I love me a good camping movie. Dude, Harry Potter, Deathly Hallows Part 1's great. A lot of stuff happens in that film. Per for 4.99. Is there any movie or series you really want to show your kids or wife? Thank you for the super chat. We've seen a good amount, but yes, there's a lot of them. Anybody who knows me knows that I'm a huge fan of David Fincher. Maybe not so much in the last decade, but everything up until Social Network has been almost brilliant. Like full stop. They've seen a couple of them. But I need to show Olivia. She's 16. I want her to see Fight Club. It's one of my favorite movies. She has seen Seven. She loved it. I want her to see Zodiac. Zodiac is an intense film. It gets better with every watch. They've both seen The Game, which I enjoy. They've both seen Panic Room, which I love. So we just got to finish out the Fincher catalog. I think Snatch is hilarious and, kind of almost an indie film. I don't think it's like massively popular, but Snatch is really fun. I can't wait to show them that one when they get a little older. Well, Olivia can watch anything now at this point. Obviously, I want to sit down and watch Showgirls with them. Have a great time watching that film. Really, really fun stuff there. Cats. We have to watch Cats several times over. The Butthole Cut, of course. I have to track that down. No, for the most part, we've seen a lot of I've shown my kids some pretty sketch movies already. They've seen the Terminator movies, the first two good ones. They've seen the Alien films, all of them except for Alien Coven shit, and I think they've seen everything else. Yeah, they've seen the new one as well. We saw it in theaters together. They've seen, obviously, the classics, The Goonies, The Sandlot. I'm trying to think of any. Olivia's seen a lot of the horror stuff now. They've seen The Thing. They've seen The Shining. They've seen The Mist. They've seen. I'm going through the catalogs. My son loves the Back to the Future trilogy. Yeah, I don't know. There's a lot. There's a ton of the Rocky franchise they've seen. They've seen the Creed movies. They've seen the Indiana Jones movies. Connor likes some. Olivia not so much. They saw that we just watched The Revenant a few weeks ago. They loved it. We just watched Apocalypto not that long ago. They loved it. Or Connor did. Olivia did not see it. She was busy. But no, there's a ton. Braveheart is a classic. There's so many. They haven't seen Godfather. They haven't seen a lot of the mob movies that I'm going to be watching and covering on this 31 and 31 thing. So we'll probably watch a lot of them together at that point. The ones that aren't super awkward to watch with your kids. Yeah, I think I'm doing a good job as a parent. I think that's what it comes down to. I think I've even shown them Event Horizon on one Halloween. I think last year we watched Event Horizon. We've watched The Frighteners. They've seen the Home Alone movies. They've seen a lot of the Christmas stuff, Christmas Vacation, European Vacation. They haven't seen the Naked Gun movies. I want to show them those. They've seen Austin Powers. They've seen Zoolander. They've seen Happy Gilmore. They have not seen Caddyshack yet. Olivia has not seen the American Pie movies. I couldn't watch them with her, but we did think it would be fun for her channel, Being Real with Olivia, if she covered more, because she did Tropic Thunder recently, and that one did pretty well for her. I think it would be fun for a teenager to watch and review some of those movies that were considered risque or maybe not on par with current standards and norms and whatnot, and just get her to give a real reaction to them. I think would be really fun. But no, we've watched a lot of stuff together. Neon Switchblade for $2 asks, was wondering how your script is coming along. I did talk about it a little earlier. The script is done. The script's been done for a while. I've made several revisions, obviously. The pitch deck's been done to death. So that went through like 4 iterations. Really now it's I just have to start blindly reaching out to people on Instagram or Twitter or wherever I can, and just, I guess, cold call in a way, as the old expression was, where I blindly just start reaching out to producers and directors and anyone I can get my hands on that could possibly help me. The couple of people I was in contact with turned out to be, not so great, dead ends and whatnot. Event Horizon versus the Sphere. Oh my god, which is more bonkers? I didn't. I didn't care for the Sphere that much. That's the one underwater, right? Yeah, I liked Event Horizon a little bit more than that. Do you remember the first topless scene you saw? Mine was just one of the guys. Ugh. I feel like it was some random ass scene in ski school. Is Meatballs a movie? That one kind of jumps to my mind. Meatballs movie. Yeah, it was either Meatballs or I know Stripes had a fantastic topless scene when I was pretty damn young. I was like, I really enjoy Stripes. This is a good film. This just got a lot better. It's one of those. I did see pretty early on in life also trading places with Dan Aykroyd and Eddie Murphy, and of course, our two stunning leads by Jamie Lee Curtis. Highly recommend. First topless scene I saw was in Demolition Man. I don't know where this joke is headed, but I'm almost positive there's no nudity in that movie. Oh, maybe there is. It's like a poster or something, or a woman just runs by randomly topless. There's nothing more than that. There's nothing very long in that film. That's kind of like Die Hard 1, where there's a random topless chick on a wall up by the vent area by the elevators. Should there be I, Robot 2? No. No, that ship has failed. I know that it ends on a cliffhanger with the uprising, but I, Robot 2 is essentially just the Matrix. It's the Animatrix. It's a phone call. In Demolition Man? I do not remember that. I've seen Demolition Man like 5 times. Huh. Okay. Well. Mickey 17 or Fincher's The Killer. Mickey 17. I found The Killer to be so lackluster. I was really disappointed with that film. Mickey 17's fun. It's got some great humor. It's just too long and too much Mark Ruffalo hamming it up. Mike Luffy, your movie script and movie Adam, would you put it out on Tubi? I don't understand the question, so I won't respond to it. It's Arrested Development. I think that's the correct quote. I mean, I have to make the movie, so I would put it out somewhere. Yeah, if I could get it made, I'd put it out on Tubi. Dinkinator for $4.99. I'm the Dinkinator. Get down. I think it's amazing you have shown your kids lots of the classics. Seems lots of my kids' friends aren't interested in older movies. Yeah, you got to get them when they're young. You got to get them when they're young. Otherwise, they're just not going to give a shit about it. They've seen the Star Wars trilogy. Everything has an expiration date. What's great for us back in the 80s and 90s is just unfortunately going to look like a black and white fucking movie to a lot of younger audiences. Not all. Some will appreciate it and they'll respect the game and whatnot. I myself, I can look at films like Citizen Kane and the way they shot that movie and some of the visuals in that are just absolutely stunning still by today's standards. Or even like a Rebel Without a Cause. Oh, I'm forgetting like a major one that I enjoyed a lot of when I was younger. Well, whatever. It doesn't matter. The point remains that a lot of kids, it's their environment. If they're just stuck on their phones all the time, and everything, even adults are like this now. It's so hard to get people to just sit down and watch a damn movie for 2 hours without them having to be distracted by colors and sound effects on their phones and everything else going on in their life. It's refreshing when you can actually do it as a family and just sit down and really soak in a movie and experience it together. I've said this many times on this channel, but one of my favorite things, especially a proud dad moment, is to watch a movie that I know is working for my kids, and you know the movie, so you're always almost watching them just as much as the film to get those amazing reactions. It's a reason why reactors are a thing on YouTube. It's a reason why people love watching reactions to trailers and to listening to a song for the first time. There's something fun about that, even if it's often, I believe it's often disingenuous with those folks, and they've pre-planned it and they over the top it, whatever. They're still bringing some joy to people who want to see that larger than life reaction. Wesley Snipes was topless at the end of Demolition Man. Yes. Simon Phoenix. Worst theater experience, Godzilla -1 or Avatar 2? Not even close. Avatar 2 was such a chore for me to get through, and it's like a fucking million hours long. I heard James Cameron say the next one's going to be even longer because he has so many great ideas. Ugh. It's the most overrated set of movies ever. Oh, the wrong number. Yes, in Demolition Man. Now I got it. That's right. Poor Things or Mickey 17? I enjoyed Poor Things a lot. I would say I like Poor Things more. Breaking Bad versus Better Call Saul. Winner for me, Better Call Saul. Wow, that's a take. I don't think you can be wrong on it because I thought both were brilliant. Oh my god. If you think iRobot 2 is unnecessary, wait till they release I Am Legend 2. Yeah, what a bizarre thing. I Am Legend 2 is, I believe, last I heard, going to play off of the unreleased. Now, I'm sorry, it's not unreleased, but the director's cut ending. Because in I Am Legend, spoilers for a movie that's like 20 years old at this point, Will Smith's character, Legend, it's not his name is I, he sacrifices himself by finding a conveniently located grenade in the hospital area, stupid, and he runs out and blows up with a bunch of zombies. It's a terrible ending. The director's cut, which is far superior, he doesn't die, instead realizes that he's more of a monster than the perceived ones outside of the little hospital area. They just want to get their person back. The guy wants to get his bride back, his wife. He sees the tattoo, and so he wheels her out in this chilling scene where they're all breathing on him with their CGI breath, and he lets her go, and they all just bounce. It's less climatic, I suppose, but honestly, it felt earned. And yeah, so I guess I Am Legend 2 is going to go up for that, which is so insane. Wild stuff. Thoughts on Blues Brothers? The first one's great. Second one is a pile of shit. Blues Brothers 2000. One of the first topless scenes I saw was Total Recall. Confusing scene 3. Yes, the chick with 3 tits. It's a classic. Out of the longest runtime films, which favorite comes to mind? Well, that would be the Lord of the Rings director's cut. All 3 of them in the trilogy. 12 hours that I will watch over and over. And you know what? I unapologetically love the shit out of the Hobbit trilogy as well. Director's cuts. EJ Rich with the $10 super chat, shot out of a fucking cannon. Yo, Adam, what's up with the glasses? You think you're Clark Kent or something? What do you think of our boy Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively coming apart at the seams? Yeah, EJ, it turns out as you gracefully age, as I have certainly been doing, depending on your mom's genetics, her genes and whatnot, all the science stuff, you can be screwed over. And my mom has pretty bad vision. She needs readers. Now here we are. I also think it doesn't help that I look at my computer at all hours of the day because my day job is a developer and designer and whatever else they need me to do at the company. And then I have to edit videos and do all this stuff. So I need the readers. That's where we're at. As far as Reynolds and Lively, I don't pay much stock into it. I know there's a lot of drama revolving around a movie and an actor, and he said, she said, and Blake Lively's like a trash person. They should all be canceled and burned. And I don't care. I don't care about it for even a second. More important things to worry about. Also, this is not one of those types of channels that does the gossip stuff, the tabloid stuff. And I really don't like the whole mob mentality of just shitting all over people that are successful and attractive because like some drama came up. Now, she very well may be a garbage person and everything she did is wrong. I don't know anything about it other than people seem to be pissed at her mostly. It could be for good reasons, but yeah, I guess long story short, I don't care. Space VYX for $2. Should there have been a 28 months later movie? I think so. What the hell is happening? 28 days later, 28 weeks later, then 28 years? What? This is not how it is supposed to happen, folks. I actually joked with my daughter because we're going to watch those movies before the new one comes out that they should next do a 28 days prior, 28 days earlier, and everything is just fine. So it's basically just a 2-hour boring movie of our protagonist loving life. That'll bring people in the seats. When I see you drink water, I keep getting Naomi Scott smile 2 vibes. That's what I was doing. That was the shtick earlier. Oh, I'm gonna have to pee all freaking night after this. I'm an old man. I got the readers. I got the bladder of a 1-year-old. Ty is calling it a night. He's going to watch Daredevil and he's piecing out, which is probably not a bad idea. It is 10:51. I'm going to let this roll for another 5 minutes. Maybe we'll see if a couple more super chats come in, motivate me more. But yeah, I'm starting to get, sun's getting real low, big guy. Sam Lloyd, short for Samuel. Were you part of an improv troupe, Adam? I was, actually. It was me, a dude named Max, his buddy, who kind of annoyed me, PJ, I think his name was. And yeah, we would travel kind of all around. We were the goof troupe. Skibbity-bop, shibba-doo-bop. Yeah, that's what we would do. We would go to these places, say, we're the goof troupe. Skibbity-bop, skabba-doo-bop. I just improved. Sponsored by Voss, yes. This is actually sponsored by Smart Water, and there's nothing smarter than a guy wearing glasses. The Jurassic Park t-shirt, maybe not doing it as much, but my wife informed me recently that she really wants me to start wearing like professional clothes. Tie, bun-up shirt, Not like a suit jacket. I could do jeans still, she said, but she wants to see me in more formal wear, and I'm into it. Not for the channel so much, but just when I'm like walking out amongst the common peasants, I can wear a tie, maybe a skinny tie with the glasses, and yeah, I'm cool with it. So maybe when she starts taking all of my money, I will buy some of those outfits to feel special and important. Because I do often go out amongst the common folk and I bring up my laptop and I work for hours upon end. And I will see someone come in, looks a very healthy, important stature, and he's got a suit on. And I just think, man, I'm better looking than that guy, but he is right now winning. He is winning the game. He looks like a guy that can get shit done. And I want to be him with the suits and the stature. So maybe someday I will. Maybe when we get to 100,000 subscribers, I'll be able to buy that suit and that tie. Just wear a sport coat. It makes anything you have on look fancier. Sport coat, checkered shorts, tank on underneath, tie, loosened, of course. Yeah, I like where your head's at. Black socks with sandals. Oh, I like that. Thinking he's going to start dressing like Barney Stinson. Yes. From How I Met Your Mother. Winning. I don't remember his catchphrase. What was it? He had a catchphrase, right? I did Charlie Sheen's catchphrase. R.I.P. Is he still alive? Charlie Sheen still alive? Yes, he is. Holy crap. He was diagnosed, I know, quite a long while ago with, I think, AIDS or something. I know it's treatable and whatnot, but he was doing really bad for a while. Wow. Okay. Well, you learn something new every day. Legendary. Yes, legendary. That was his phrase. Wait for it. Legend. Oh, no, it was legend. Wait for it. Dairy. I mean, Martin Sheen is still alive. That, well, yeah, I know. It's just Sheen for a while there was looking really rough. Both of them. Yeah, 30 Days a Night was a good flick. That was that a Hartnett vehicle? Josh Hartnett, 30 Days of Night. I think it was. Yeah, it was a Josh Hartnett vehicle. That was not bad. That wasn't a bad film. Set in Alaska with vampires. Oh, hello, Mike. Hunt. We are just about to wind down, sir. If you want to throw out a beautiful super chat to end the night, you have 4 minutes to do so. We are going to close up shop at 11 p.m. Eastern time. Pretty soon it won't be Eastern time for me. It will be Central time. We're going to do a quick update in these last couple of minutes, see what the YouTube counter is at for the channel. I'm going to be doing this obsessively until I get that stupid 100,000 subs and the plaque. Okay, we are, ladies and gentlemen, we are at 99,694. We are on the cusp of 99.7. And that will take us to the final trilogy of 300 more to go. Really hoping the Nausea 2 bump continues. Really hoping the China bump lasts for a few more days and China can bring me home solo. Because what do we have on the horizon for the rest of the week? What do we have coming up on the channel? What am I bringing to you? Let me see what I put in here. Okay, Lindsay's yelling at me to stop drinking water and to get upstairs. I have 3 minutes. Calm down. I gotta find my post. We have to figure this out together. Okay. Twilight Breaking Dawn Roast, Part 1. That's going to bring very little to the table as far as subscribers. We'll probably get, we'll go low and say 10. So now I'm over 7. I'm over the 7 mark. Electric State, Netflix movie review. Now that one could actually put up some good numbers, especially if it sucks like I'm hearing it does. Oftentimes my more negative ranty reviews do better. I might be able to get 2 out of that one, a spoiler-free review and a full-blown bitch fest. If it's good, however, maybe not so much the excitement. So we'll see. I know nothing about the movie other than it's got Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt in it. I don't have a problem with either of them. I actually think they're very likable actors. And it's a Russo brothers film, so it seems like it might be good, but I'm hearing bad. Black Bag. Don't think that's going to bring in much for subs. I don't even think it's going to bring in much for views, but it's the new release this weekend. Looney Tunes movie, really up in the air as far as if this will get any views on the channel. Cartoons typically don't do too well, although I've been having some luck recently, but I don't know what the appetite is for a Looney Tunes review. The trailer is atrociously bad. The clip I saw of them fixing the house was very funny and true to form. And so my first instinct was, oh, they knocked it out of the park. This is going to be great. But then that trailer came out, and I thought it was just awful from top to bottom. I don't know. I really don't know about this one. So we need the Nausea 2 bump to continue is what I'm getting at in order to hit that milestone soon. I believe in China it is like 3 in the morning or something. China time currently, oh, it's 10:59 a.m. Oh, interesting. I was way off. Okay, so hopefully we see these numbers start to climb up again and they can bring me home. Take me home, country road. And with that ramble aside, it is basically 11. Let's see if any final super chats came in to close out the night. We got one more. Guitar Lord for $2. Great job tonight, everyone. See you at the bag. Let's go to the bag. If you know, you know. Talked about it last week. You should be here every Tuesday night. It's a good time. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Thanks for the super chats. It was a fun night as always. I really appreciate it, guys. Let's get this thing home. Okay. Tell your friends. Tell your moms. Tell everyone you know. Tell the jerk down the street that you don't really care for, because he's going to enjoy the content regardless of the beef you have with each other. And with that, I bid you adieu. I'm going to go watch my show with my wife, and maybe I'll watch Daredevil and review that tomorrow as well. We'll find out. I don't know. We'll see where life takes me. Take care.